Imagine you are copying red pill advice straight from the internet. No millions in the bank, no neon studio, no army of fans, just a normal life, alone, a job, a small flat, and a few people who actually matter. In that situation, you are not building a masculine empire. You are performing a slow financial and emotional suicide. Step by step. At first, it feels like an awakening. Later, it looks like debt, legal papers, and you sitting alone in front of a black screen trying to understand where it all went wrong. In this video, there will be no sugarcoating. You will see the cold math of failure. You will see how golden truths from the internet turn into very specific costs in your bank account and in your real life. You can enjoy the content. You can like, comment, share, and quote it. But the final bill still comes with your name on it. Here's where it gets expensive. Let's be brutally clear. This channel is not for the Dubai playboy who makes a living out of controversy. When he blows up a relationship, it becomes content. When you blow up a relationship, it becomes your next 5 years. There is a massive asymmetry of risk. When an influencer tells you, be tough, never attach, treat her like an option, he profits from that sentence. Drama brings reach. Controversy brings clicks. A breakup becomes a viral story, a podcast episode, a new course, a new sponsor. But when you do exactly what he tells you, he pays zero cost. You risk your family. You risk your reputation. You risk half the assets you've been building for a decade. He is playing a video game where the stakes are views. You are gambling with your real life. So before you copy his attitude, you have to ask a boring, unsexy question. Who gets paid for this move, and who actually pays for it? What is the classic internet red pill? In its meme form, it is just a package of slogans. Women are the enemy. No emotions. Always have options. Investment equals losing. On screen, it looks powerful. Black background, red text, angry music. It feels like you finally discovered the hidden script of reality. The problem starts when you apply this script to a life where there is no undo button. Red pill is not a gospel. It is not a holy text. It is a messy cluster of hypotheses, generalizations, and half-truths. Some of them point to real patterns. Some of them are just marketing. They only make sense when you run them through a profit and loss calculator on your own life. Not in a comment section, not in a forum debate. In your actual situation, your city, your job, your income, your dating pool, your legal system. Here's the part nobody tells you. Every truth you adopt comes with a hidden invoice, and reality always collects. Consider the rule. Always have options. For 3 months, you run your life in casino mode. You text 6 women at once. You adjust schedules. You jump between conversations. You swipe in every free minute just to keep the wheel spinning. On paper, you are the king. Your chat list is full. Your ego is fed. You tell yourself you are non-attached and abundant. In reality, it ends in exhaustion. Copy-pasted lines. The same jokes. The same surface-level questions. No depth, no history, no real emotional memory with anyone. Every new person blends into one generic profile with a different name and slightly different photos. After a few months, there is no relationship. There is no stability. There is just burnout and a deeper sense of loneliness. Your nervous system is fried, your focus is gone, and your ability to be present with one human being is weaker than before. So you have to ask yourself a simple question. Is the goal to play a game that never ends? Or is the goal to build something that survives when the Wi-Fi is off and the phone is face down in another room? Here's where the strategy starts to look like self-sabotage. The high-value man. Usually, he is sold to you as a watch, a car, a gym selfie, and a cynical look. But in the real world, value breaks down into 5 boring, unglamorous, critical elements. 1. Health. Without it, you build nothing. Not a business, not a family, not long-term plans. Chronic stress, bad sleep, and constant dopamine hits from drama slowly erase your future. 2. Stable income. Not flex, not pretending. Real, predictable cash flow. This gives you safety, options, and the ability to walk away from bad situations without collapsing. 3. Social intelligence. The ability to read people, set boundaries, and navigate conflict without turning every disagreement into war. Without this, your life collapses at every argument. 4. Emotional resilience. The capacity to feel anger, fear, sadness, and still act strategically so you don't blow up your life in a crisis because your ego was hurt for 5 minutes. 5. Character. Not the word in your bio. Character is built in silence when nobody watches, not in Instagram stories and not in comment wars. If you copy the aesthetic and ignore these parameters, you are not a high-value man. You are just a label on an empty bottle. Here's the uncomfortable part. Most of what the internet calls high value is just branding. Reality does not pay you for branding. It pays you for competence, stability, and integrity. And then we have the favorite line. Emotions are weakness. You try to be a robot. You hold it in. You say, I'm fine, to everything. You train yourself not to react, not to show anything, not to need anyone. You confuse emotional shutdown with strength. This leads to 2 very predictable scenarios. Scenario A, explosion. You swallow everything for months. Then, one small trigger, a text, a tone, a delay, and you detonate your life over something tiny. You say what you can't take back. You do what you can't undo. Scenario B, freeze. Nothing moves you, but nothing brings you joy. You are not hurt, but you are not alive either. You are functional, but empty. You become a man who is technically present, but emotionally absent in every room he enters. That is not masculine strength. That is emotional paralysis dressed up as a meme. A real man does not become a robot. He learns how to feel, how to think, and how to act in alignment. Not from TikTok comments, but from the results in his own life. Here's the key test. If your strength regularly destroys your relationships, your finances, or your inner peace, it is not strength. It is badly masked fear. Your life is not a stage. It is a profit and loss sheet. Every belief has a cost. Every rule you copy from a stranger eventually shows up as a result in your real existence. So don't ask, does this sound alpha? Ask, can I afford the price of this advice? If you treat these theories as a religion, you will lose. You will defend them, worship them, and sacrifice your relationships, your time, and your peace of mind on that altar. If you treat them as tools to be tested, you become a strategist. You keep what works in your specific reality. You drop what makes your life worse, no matter how viral the quote is. In the end, it does not matter how many podcasts you can quote from memory. What matters is the game you are really playing when the screen is off. Right now, that game is rigged against you. You feel it every day. You feel ignored. You feel invisible, and you think it's just bad luck? No. In the next video, we are going to talk about your price tag. We will calculate the true economic cost of your loneliness and why society silently wants you to fail. If you are ready for the cold math of being invisible, click the next video.